Hi, this is Hank Bordowitz, and welcome to this edition of Noise of the World, Artists in Their Own Words. If you do not know the names Jerry Leiber and Mike Stoller, you know their music. Songs like Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, and Kansas City were the building blocks on which rock and roll was built. I spent some time with them in December of 1994, and we talked about a lot of things, ranging from how their careers developed, being white guys writing the blues, Big Mama Thornton, and of course Elvis. We did it by phone, so the sound quality is not optimal, but it's a great interview nonetheless.
I was writing songs with the guy Ed Fairfax, the drummer, and he had missed 2 or 3 sessions. I finally ran into him in the hall, changing classes one day, and I sort of collared him. I said, "Listen, Jerry, if you can't make it, if you don't have enough time, let me know, and I'll look for somebody else because I don't want to be waiting around for somebody who's not going to show up." I've taken this very seriously. And he said, "Well, I really, I wish I could, and he's kind of offered. He said, I love writing songs. He said, but I really have to devote more time to making a living, and because I'm contributing to my family's living, and I just couldn't take the time off." And I said, "Well, okay, I understand." He said, "But, by the way, I played a dance on the weekend. The piano player was real good, and he struck me as the kind of guy that might want to write songs, and I took his name. I wanted to give you his name." I said, "That's great, let me have it." He gave me Mike's telephone number, and I called him up, and I said, "I just ran into a buddy of mine who has your number, who gave me your number. He told me that, and I'm a songwriter," I said, "and he told me that you might be interested in writing songs." And immediately he said, no, he's mistaken. I don't want to do it. So it was sort of a conversation killer. And I said, "Well, maybe we ought to get together for a few minutes and just talk a little bit. Maybe you might change your mind." He said something like, "I don't know, no, I'm not interested." And you mean that hold me in your arms and throw me up to your charm shit? He said, I'm not. And I said, well, no, that's not what I write anyway. Hardly. I said, "Well, what do you listen to musically?" And he was kind of, so I think he said something like, Dizzy Gillespie and Miles Davis, etc. So I said, "Well, why don't I drop over, "Oh, I don't know why, why should you drop over, He gave me this long negative response. And he said enough to break anybody's confidence for a world enough, and except mine. And I said, "Hey, why don't I drop over for a minute?" I kind of kept, presuming. I wasn't too aggressive, but I was persistent. "Well, okay, all right, but just for a few minutes." And, so I went over. I had my spiral notebook with me, which had all my lyrics in it. Well, first of all, I knocked on the door or rang the bell, I don't remember which. And he came to the door, and he opened the door, and he looked at me, and his mouth sort of dropped open. And I was looking at him, and I thought, Jesus, the kid's an idiot. And I was looking at him. Then his mother said, "Mike, why don't you invite your friend in?" And he said, "Oh, yeah. Won't you come in?" And I went in. And it wasn't actually until about 12 or 15 years later that he explained what had happened. He said to me, I don't know how the conversation started. I said, "Hey, Mike, what really happened? Did I have a fly on my nose or something weird on my face?" Because you looked at my face and it kind of what? A surprise. A wide-eyed surprise. He said, "Yeah, man, I did. I remember it." He said, "I looked at you and I saw a blue eye and a brown eye. And I've never seen anything like that." And I guess it shocked me for a moment. So that was it. That was all there was, actually. Then I went in and we talked for a few minutes about music, and I was telling him that I really interested in the blues. He said he liked the blues a lot, although he was very much at that time talking about bebop. And he asked if he could look at my spiral notebook. And I said, "Sure." I gave him the notebook, and he was thumbing through the pages and heading toward the piano. And he started sort of smiling a little bit. about as much as he ever smiles, or smiled. He smiles a lot more these days. And he said, hey man, you know, these are the blues. I love the blues. And he sat down to the piano and he started playing music to some of the lyrics he was reading. And he would from time to time turn to me with a very sort of pleased look on his face. And after a short time he said, yeah man, I like the blues a lot. I'll write with you. And we started writing that afternoon.
When we started, what we wanted to write, what we were absolutely enamored of, was blues. And we wanted to try to be as authentic in our writing as possible. But with the exception of a very few black writers, most of the people who wrote blues were the singers themselves. And some of them were quite good, but a lot of them were excellent singers but not good writers. And so there were not many people who aspired to what we wanted to do.
I know I was tired, in a sense, of most of the pop records that were coming out, and that the black music really got me. I loved it. I mean, I loved it. I loved to dance. It was funny. It was touching. It was passionate. It was more real. It was sexy. Whatever. And the pop music was revitalized. You know, the white pop music of the time, you know, was by and large, not everything, you know, but a lot of the stuff was revitalized. And I think that whenever there's a vacuum like that, someone comes along. In fact, our first indirect production was Hound Dog by Big Mama Thornton.
We got a reputation among the little independent record companies in Los Angeles for being able to write songs and having an idea of maybe how it should go, maybe an idea of something in the background, you know, an arrangement idea, notion. And we had, because of that, used to get calls from a fellow named Ralph Bass, who had a label called Federal, which was associated with King Records, a rather large independent record company that recorded mostly rhythm and blues and country and western music. And Ralph headquartered himself in Los Angeles around the end of 1951 or early 52. And he would call us and say, look, we're recording Little Esther at radio recorders. Write some songs and come to the studio. And so we would write 3 songs or so, come to the studio, and they'd learn them on the session and record them on the session, and in between a couple of numbers on a 5, we'd go out and write another song in the hallway, come back in, and bring that one in. So we had developed this reputation of being able to write songs pretty much to order and pretty fast. The Little Esther worked with Johnny Otis's band. And Johnny Otis got to know us because of what we were writing for Little Esther and some of the other blues singers on Federal. And then one day he got an assignment to record Big Mama Thornton, who also appeared with his show. It was the Johnny Otis show that traveled all over the country, mainly through the South, with a lot of different singers and acts. And he called us one day and said, look, I got to record Willie Mae Thornton, and I need some songs, so why don't you come over? We're having a rehearsal, and you can listen to what she sounds like, you know, and then maybe write some songs for her. And that's how we got to meet her and to listen to her. And you know, she was a very large woman. Not fat, but she was big and wide and everything. And she was kind of mean looking. And so we left there, we went back to my house, and between the car ride back and a few minutes in the house, and banging and on the piano and shouting, we had Hound Dog, the original lyric, Hound Dog. Well, and then we drove back to Johnny's, the rehearsal was still on, and we played the song.
Rehearsal gone off very well. Johnny's Garage. And the session, I believe, was called for the next day. And we went into, I think it was radio recorders, I'm not sure. And everybody got in place. And Big Mama got on the mic. And they ran it down. And Johnny was in the booth with me and Mike. And they ran it down. And I looked at Mike, and he looked at me, and it was like, oh my God, what went wrong, you know? Because it didn't sound anything like it sounded in rehearsal. I mean, musically. Lyrically, vocally, it sounded fine. So, we did it again, and I realized that the drummer, who was the road drummer, was on drum playing. And during the rehearsal, the day before, Johnny was playing drums. And Johnny is a much more, I don't know what you want to call him, refined, interesting, groovy drummer, but he is. And what he was playing was smack on the money about what it should be. And what the road drummer was playing was wrong. We said, Johnny, this is not going to happen if your drummer, I think his name was Dope, something like that. If he plays on this record, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be the same. It was, it's a hit yesterday. And today it's just, it's okay. It's ordinary, but there's nothing special. He said, what are we going to do, man? Who's going to produce the record? I said, you got to go out and play drums. He said, well, who's going to produce the record? And Mike and I looked at each other, and we turned to him, we said, we will. You will. What is there in producing a record? I said, technicians got the knobs down, right? That's all, right? And if it's too fast, we'll say, Johnny, it's too fast. And if it's too slow, we'll say, Johnny, it's too slow. And if it isn't good, we'll say, take another take. I said, do you have to know anything else? He laughed, he said, okay, and he went out. And I don't know whether we got it in one take or two takes, or three takes, but it wasn't more than that. And it was great. And his playing, his drums, the way he played them, set the balance for all of the interactions, all of the other musicians and instruments, so that all of it fell in the right way. And that's where we also got Pete Lewis's famous guitar solo.
The first time you heard Elvis do Hound Dog, did you think, damn, he eviscerated my song? He just ripped the guts out of it.
Well, yeah, we weren't too happy with it. It was nervous, and the lyrics were changed, which we found out later, because obviously the song was a book.
I was going to say, it would be silly if he sang, come sniffing around my door.
Right. Well, what happened was he knew that record and loved that record. But later, what happened was when he went to Vegas, I don't think he was working there yet, but he went to Vegas and heard a lounge act do this kind of eviscerated version. And so he did it, because it was, at least the lyric wasn't feminine, even if it doesn't make much sense.
I think the easiest one was Presley.
Did you ever produce him, though?
Yeah. We produced him many times, but we did not get, we were the producers without, portfolio? We made Jailhouse Rock. We made, Mike knows the list, we made a number of them. I'd say Presley was the easiest in one sense because he was a workhorse. He really could put out. And you had no problem doing 35 takes. If you wanted to, you didn't have to. Normally 3 takes was enough because he'd get it right away. But he could sing all night and all day, and he loved it. He would rather do that than just about anything else. The guys that were the most fun were the Coasters, because we used to just laugh ourselves silly.
Hi, Hank Bordowitz here again. Thank you for listening to Noise of the World, Artists in Their Own Words. This has been Episode 6, Leiber and Stoller, Producers Without Portfolio. Noise of the World is a production of Bordowitz Media Works.